I was about to get a payout. Before trading, my main focus was actually music. I'm trying to transition into becoming comfortable with holding overnight because it's something I haven't done before.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
What should I call it? Can't guess your name from your username, but let me know what it is.
No, it's Joe.
Joe. Okay, Joe. Hi,
Yes,
Simon.
Simon. Nice to
Uh,
meet you.
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh, right. Stockholm,
Yeah,
Sweden. I would
yeah,
never
yeah.
have
And
guessed.
yourself?
I'm in the UK.
UK. Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. You Swedish or you got extremely good English accent?
Yeah, actually, the thing is, I grew up in Australia, so
Ah, okay.
some people kind of get it mixed up. They think I'm from the UK at times because it's a little
Okay.
bit broken. I haven't been there for a couple years, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was born here and I grew up in Australia, so
Whereabouts in Australia?
I grew up in Brisbane.
Brisbane. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Surface paradise and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Have you been there?
I've done most of the East Coast. Lived in Sydney for a bit.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, been up to Byron Bay and Whitsundays and Port Douglas and Barrier, obviously. So yeah, what made you
Okay,
leave
you done.
Australia? Yeah, I've done most of it. Yeah,
It's absolutely beautiful. I wish I want to go back soon again, but
I bet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom was studying there, and when she finished her studies, we had to come back here. But I was there for
Okay.
about 7, 8 years. So
Yeah, but enjoyed it, obviously. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay. Cool. Well, let's maybe you could just tell us a bit about yourself. Introduce just to the community.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
How
for
long you've
sure.
been trading, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you have to excuse me. I've been a little bit sick, so my throat is not up to par. But yeah,
Okay.
basically, my name's Joe. I'm 31 years old. Been trading for about 6 years. Some of those years probably weren't the best. Is like
Yeah.
trying to figure
We've all
things out.
we've all been through that. Don't worry, that's
Yeah,
normal.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
out of six, I want to probably about 30%, 20% of those years were actually good. But yeah, I'm an older brother. I'm an uncle.
hmm
I'm a music enthusiast. So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah.
You play an instrument?
Before trading, my main focus was actually music. So
hmm
yeah, I was producing, recording, writing,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
playing
that side
shows
of
and
it.
stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
Cool,
cool.
cool. What brought you to trading then? What attracted you?
The idea of the freedom
Yeah.
it brings.
Uh, yeah.
So I think that's what brings a lot of people into it, right?
Oh, for
Um,
sure. Yeah, it's that
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
get rid of that 9 to 5 tie, and yeah, make something. Yeah, no,
Exactly,
it's a
exactly.
big attraction. Yeah. Right. So, what are you currently trading? Are you pretty disciplined with what you trade, or are you one of those guys that just looks at the market as a whole?
As of like pairs, I
Yeah,
stick to mostly EU, I would say.
mostly.
I
Okay.
do look at EJ. I have kind of, for me personally, I've come to understand that there's no point in really forcing anything if it's not there.
hmm
Sometimes it'll be somewhere else, right? But I won't be looking at 30 pairs. It'll either be like EU. When I do touch GU, I generally mess up, but
Geez,
I'll use it
horrible.
as like I'll use
Yeah.
it like as a correlation.
Yeah.
And then EJ if I'm
Yeah.
doing like an exotic kind of thing, like
Yeah.
and then I will look at gold, but I don't really trade it yet. I'm just
Mm.
trying to figure out like
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
I'd go
Yeah.
about it. But
Sure.
mostly EU because I've just been staring at that thing for years, so I
You
kind of
know
have
how
a
it
feeling
moves.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes sense. Find the pair that works for you and stick with it. There's no point, you know. There's loads of assets out there, but certainly no reason to touch any of them unless you really have to. No. So EU, as good as any. Nice tight spread.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's some people say it doesn't move a lot, but maybe that's an advantage. So basically, you're trading dollar essentially. dollar
Exactly.
volatility.
Yeah, I
So,
look at the dollar as well. Like, yeah.
yeah, for correlation purposes. Yeah. Okay, cool. What brought you to FundedNext?
Yeah, what brought me to FundedNext? Honestly, when there was a situation last year, excuse me, with another prop firm, I actually funded with them. I was about to get a payout, like after all the hard work, everything.
Oh, what MFF?
They
You got
ended
burned
up,
by them, did you?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
like I think I was like a week off or something. I think I was a week off the payout, and I
They
was
went.
devastated. I'm not gonna lie to
Yeah,
you,
I
but
think it took a
it
lot of
just
people's
quite a
money with
big
them.
payout.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was quite a big one as well. I think I was about to get like 7K or something, but
Shame.
yeah. So I was looking at options, and me and my little brother were discussing. We were looking at prop firms, and we came across FundedNext, and we just saw that it was the rules and yeah, just basically the rules were really good. And we really liked the idea of getting that little bonus after you hit 5%. So
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, just FundedNext felt like the way to go about it.
Good. Wow.
And you guys had it, yeah, exactly. I remember kind of at the beginning of the year as well, you guys had like a crazy discount where it was like I think it was a 200% refund.
Yeah, refund. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
We
something ridiculous.
we just did the
you
same
guys
thing
did.
again, just over the holidays. So yeah, no, we do. I mean, we do have some good discounts, but we're also pretty reliable. I mean, obviously with the recent exodus of prop firms, you know, the
Yeah.
likes of, I won't name them, but obviously there's been a few gone out of the window lately. But yeah, so we're a pretty reliable company. So all right, so what sort of style of trading then? You say EU, are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader?
I'd probably say more of like a day. I don't know. I think, excuse me.
That's all right.
So I'd probably say more of a day trader, but I kind of want to transition into short-term trading for the reason that a lot of trades that I have been getting into since about January, February, if I would have just held them for about two more days, like, and I have my analysis of like where we could potentially touch to, but I'm trying to transition into becoming comfortable with holding overnight because it's something I haven't done before. I've always been in and out of the market the same day, but I'm looking at now as like a lot of trades I'm capping them out early, whereas if I would have just had maybe the position on for one more day, like the result would have been 3-4 times what it was if I just capped it out.
So it sounds like you're sort of leaning towards more of a swing trading style then. So your analysis is, it sounds like your analysis is done on a higher time frame, so sort of daily, maybe 1 hour, something like that.
Always. Weekly, monthly,
okay.
daily.
Sure.
Like,
well, if you're looking at those sorts of time frames, then yes, of course, that leans on, well for swing trading. So okay. But for now, you're obviously you've been day trading, so essentially in and out, I guess, inside of a particular session. Is that the idea?
Yeah, exactly. So I've been capping out at like 2 to 3 R.
Yeah, I mean, there's
on my wrist.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's great for compounding. It's great for building passing an evaluation. Nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, it's, especially with the volatility that could happen over a weekend, as we know this weekend. It's two different styles, but I mean, obviously, whatever suits you.
They both have their advantages, right? So I mean,
sure.
Getting out early, there's nothing wrong with that because you can kind of, if you aren't positioned right, let's say you jump in a position and it goes your way, and then you're like, I'm going to swing for the fences this time, and you just do it for the purpose of swinging for the fences. It'll come out, take you out for break even.
Of course it will. Yeah, that's the trouble, especially with FX. FX is pretty mean reversion in a way. It just does tend to just come back. I mean, Monday open price gets revisited an awful lot of time. So
what do you trade?
So I trade indices more, US indices, because I like the volatility. As you know, I mean, FX has been, FX majors anyway has been pretty flat, pretty boring, hasn't it, for the last few months?
Yeah, it's been
things
tough.
might,
I've had a great first quarter,
yeah,
but I get
yeah,
it. I understand why it hasn't been the most dynamic like that.
yeah. I mean, if you're used to it and that's how you trade, I mean, it's fine. But I just like the volatility of the the equity market and the New York Open that comes, the volatility that comes with that, and just the general daily moves that you get in indices tend to be larger, and just the offerings can tend to be there, whereas in FX can be a little bit restricted. But yeah, I mean,
is that like you mean like the S&P and
yeah, US 500, US 100, those.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't touch the US 30. I find the US 30 a little bit crazy, but the two major indices. Once you get to the New York session, obviously, then of course, I wouldn't trade it. Personally, I don't trade it in London, but of course, you can. But so what's your? I mean, obviously you've got a strategy, but does it lean towards any particular? Is it an ICT strategy? Is it a demand and supply strategy? Is it retail? What is it?
Yeah, ICT. Mainly looking at like discount areas and like below lows, above highs.
Yeah. Okay.
You like liquidity concepts, basically.
Liquidity, basically. You're looking for accumulation. You're looking for some kind of reversal, and then you're looking to sort of get into that move and then hold that to the opposing liquidity pool, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So as of like I said, I haven't been holding to the opposing liquidity pool. I'm trying to work up to it, but I'm getting in like where I should be getting in. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Would you want to share a screen? Can you maybe show us an example of a typical setup, just to give us an idea of what's?
So I mean, basically, we've kind of just been like you said, we've been flat and stuck inside this range, but on the lower time frame, there's been some moves. So I think this is one of them that I got in on that. This is one right here that I got in. Then we had a position right here, and I'll jump onto the lower time frames as well. Right here, there was a position right here as well.
Okay. So most of your entries are derived from the daily?
Weekly, daily. So once we're hitting basically ICT concept is if we're hitting key levels on either like the daily or the weekly, like for example, this is a weekly order block, right? So
sure, okay.
I'll break this one down because they're generally all kind of the same idea, right? This will be the key level on the weekly. Right, and then we have if you're looking at just the fib in general, if you're counting back candles like IPTA, this is on the discount on the 60-40 day IPTA data range. So if we count back 20, 40, 60 days like candles, this will be very, very discount, and we will
deep
be
in
low.
Discount.
Yeah, exactly. So we're deep in discount, we're below a low, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like inducement, the breakout traders, and then so we have a kind of like an accumulation here as well, like the week prior. On Tuesday, that generally the concept is we generally have a swing formed on the low of the week or the high week will generally happen on Tuesday. If you go back and look at the stats. So push down on Tuesday and during in this area.
So
right here. So we had to push down here.
Okay.
Push down. I think this was some type of news. Yeah, okay, so this trade wasn't on Tuesday, it was on Wednesday. But anyway, we got that push back into this level, the weekly, and yeah, as soon as this range forms, this is where I get really interested because it's a range below a range.
Yeah.
And then I will get in here. Yeah, exactly. So then, yeah, my timing is right here at 2. So I will look for anything. I want it to dip down below this low between 2 and 4. You know, I'll look at that as well. I can take something. Yeah.
So as a London kill zone, sort of, you'll be looking for some kind of liquidity run in that window. Okay.
Exactly. So, and then as soon as it pumps down below here, I get in on EU. Generally, it won't go when you have these purges. What I've noticed, anyway, with my strat is it generally won't go lower than 10 pips. Now, if I have something that I can put my stop loss below, like over here, let's say there's a 4-hour level, or like an OB or like level, then I'll put it below there. But generally, 10 pips is kind of sufficient.
Usually a fixed stop will do the job, will it? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
10, it has 20. To be in that time window, ideally.
Yeah, it's got to be in here, in between here. So this is kind of the area where I got to see that urge.
Okay.
And then it's just about kind of holding it, right? I think I got out here. My idea was to get out up here because a lot of people break out trading the news, so they would have had their stop loss up here.
Yeah.
The idea, but I'm working towards that. You know, everything just kind of you build upon, you make more profit, you get more confident. I think like the general.
The closest failure swing is obviously going to be the highest probability. So I mean, from a win rate, that's always going to be the highest. So it makes perfect sense to take something off there, even if you don't close the position entirely. But
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is basically it. Rinse and repeat. High time frame, pump below low, push below above a high, and wait for the timing.
Yeah.
And we hit it.
Mechanical, nice.
Yeah.
So you're looking for a particular, is that a buy limit there at that level, or are you looking for a particular fractal? You're looking for some kind of lower time frame fractal?
I'll just get in once it's done.
Get in. Yeah, buy limit.
I'll be on the 1 minute, of course, and look like, sometimes there'll be like an extra confirmation, but I've kind of noticed. A couple years ago, I was heavy into like the 1 minute. Like it has to be a change, like a kind of a change on the 1 minute. There has to be a shift. I mean, I've kind of come to the for me personally, anyway. I don't really need that.
No.
I feel like I'm doing too much.
You're trading higher time frame levels, so you don't strictly need to fine tune it on the 1 minute. I mean, from a precision perspective, it's nice, but it's not necessary, like you say. If your back testing has told you that the stop run below that low is likely to be less than 10 points, then why bother fine tuning it? So okay, and that would be, by the looks of it, some kind of like 2 to 3 R. Yeah.
This was like it was like a 2.7 or something.
Okay.
Like you said, the closest swing is obviously, this is what I'm trying to work towards.
Yeah.
Because you use the same risk and look for the candle, and it's I think like 5 out of 6 of the trades that I've taken since here, they've all gone to this. They've all gone up here. So I've always been like kind of angry at the end of the week, even though I've made
the time though, isn't it? It's the time it takes and sitting through it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But, eventually,
so you've back tested this strategy obviously on EU. What is the win rate like?
Like, I haven't really looked at it like that. I've obviously back tested. I haven't looked at like the win rate. But generally, me personally, I'm anywhere from, because the thing is with me, and what I've kind of had to accept is, I make a lot of mistakes.
It's normal.
And I think that, exactly. And I think the thing is, there's kind of a void where you're able to make mistakes, but still be profitable. But it's just how much and how big are those mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So I've kind of personally come to the point where it's like I've just pushed past, not just, but I've kind of put myself in a position where I can make mistakes, but I'm still profitable, and it's not absolutely ruined.
Yeah, it doesn't breach the account. Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, me personally, it's from week to week, month to month, anywhere from 40. Let's say I don't mess up and just have a clean week, 70%. Like,
nice.
It's all different, honestly. I think on my last one, I think I had like a 40% or something.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, if the risk reward is 2-3R, then of course 40% win rate's fine. So are you going through an evaluation at the moment, or do you have a funded account?
I have the funded account with you guys.
Okay. Can we see the dashboard? Is that something you okay to share?
For sure.
Okay. So you're currently trading a 100k account. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this one. I think it's coming tomorrow. And
if you click on that and then click on trading overview, it'll show us the stats. Yeah, there you go. So like you say, 40% win rate, which is great because you've got a risk reward of well over 3 actually, 3.6. So that's good. Nice.
Yeah. So I like this, for example, here, I made some bad mistakes right in the beginning when I had the account. Whereas if I would have just had some more patience, for me, it's a little bit like with the patience, but I was able to recover it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's great stats. I mean, average winning trade is 2.8, losing trade 7. I mean, that's the way it should be. I mean,
for sure. So
this is all on EU, pretty much.
Yeah, this is all EU. That's kind of the favorite.
Okay. What are you risking per trade? Because I see the lot sizes vary quite a bit.
Yeah. It's all.
You're obviously based on the stop. You're obviously changing your lot size, which is obviously what you're supposed to do. So you're risking a fixed percentage of the account. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll try to do 1 to 2%.
Yeah.
1 to 2%. I might scale in a little bit. I might, on some. It's kind of like, for example, on this setup, where everything's kind of aligned, I'll put on a little bit more risk.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. No,
and I'll be okay with.
If you've got an
A+
setup,
with that.
why not? Yeah. Why
Exactly.
restrict yourself to 1% if you got to? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly, and when I get more capital, I'll probably just be sticking to like a fix, like a 0.5 or 1%.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm not really pressed about if I'm going to lose an account. It's not the whole world.
Okay.
But
no, that's good stats. So how long has it taken you to get through this?
This account, when the challenge,
Mm.
the challenge, I can't remember. It's quite quick actually. I think maybe like probably within a week or something.
Actually, it might stay on the analytics.
Yeah.
Possibly. So you started on 100k. If you drill down, we should be able to see the base of the graph. So 10th of Jan. Okay, a few drawdowns, but nothing major.
Yeah.
96, normal stuff. And hit profit target back April 3rd. Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I mean, as of right now, I've only had this account with you guys, but I want to look to get more capital.
Oh yeah, that's the game.
I've kind of been spreading out my portfolio, so I have some capital with some other prop firms, but you guys really are top of the line. Everything's been so smooth with FundedNext. Honestly, the payouts are so quick. The support is great, fantastic.
Good.
Simple. You guys still have MetaTrader 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's all gone a bit crazy, hasn't it? With other prop firms
yeah, I
changing
mean,
platforms left, right, and centre. No,
yeah, for sure, for
well, that's the
sure.
advantage of having our own servers, you see. So we can offer 4 and 5.
Y-
I mean,
Yeah,
we'll be offering TradingView and other things as well, but yeah, obviously, good old MT4 and 5 is tried and tested. So why deviate from that? So
yeah, exactly.
spread's pretty good on Eurodollar as well, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's
Zero most of the time.
yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
But
Any suggestions that you could for FundedNext? Anything you'd like to see that we don't offer?
my only thing was I think the waiting the 30 days for the first payout. But from what I noticed, you guys added the add-on, so
Yes, there is.
you pay the little fee, and then I think it's 2 weeks now, right? So besides that, I mean, you guys probably have some of the best rules and
Oh yeah, certainly more relaxed than FDMO. All right, that's crazy rules.
yeah,
News-related
for
rules,
sure.
restriction rules. Yeah.
Restrictions, like you have to have, like me personally, sometimes I won't put on the stop loss instantly. I know there's no red news. I know, and of course it's a risk, but I mean, like I'll just have it a little bit floating. I'll be watching it. I won't have a stop loss on like that. But I know, like, okay, this is the level where I'm going to get on.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not really a rush for me to put it on. But with some, if you don't put it on within the first 5 minutes, then you're breached. So it's like,
I know, it's crazy. It makes no sense. I mean, if you're if you're profitable and you are you know what you're doing, hard stops are not strictly necessary. So as long as you take the stop out manually when you need to, if the trade is invalidated, then that's fine. So yeah, it makes no sense to have hard stop outs unless you're just wanting to breach accounts, which
yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's great. It's I think now at the end of April, I think this account will get I think I'm up for scaling, so we'll see.
Well, sure. Once you've proven yourself, no reason not to scale up. So no, nice win rate, nice risk reward, pretty consistent.
Yeah,
so, like it. Okay. All right, Joe. Well, thanks for your time. If unless you've got anything else, let me ask you before we go. What really changed? You've got a lot of experience. You've been in the game for 6 years, you said. So what changed in those 6 years that allowed you to become profitable in the end? What do you think was the major factor in that?
Probably having a strat.
What's that? Having a strategy. Yeah, that would.
Probably having a strat was the one that did it for me. But no, honestly, I think sticking to one thing. If anything, just stick to one thing. It doesn't really matter what you trade at the end of the day. But when you just start jumping around, testing it, like kind of like stick with one thing for a year and see what it does for you.
See what it does for you. Yeah, test that. Yeah, before saying it's not the way to go. Yeah, no, I agree. Too much jumping around, too much discretionary trading going on, too much emotions. But one thing, discipline, really, isn't it? That's all it is. So
exactly.
Yeah. All right, Joe. I'll let you go. Taking up too much of your time, but thanks for doing the interview.
And, hey, thanks a ton, Simon. Had a good one.